Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome. If you're new here, welcome. With me, I have two medical doctors and we're going to be having a chit chat about med school. Not really an interview. They're just going to be airing their opinions on some of the questions you guys put up on my Instagram. So by my side, I have Dr. Carmen and Doc Ife. So I'll just leave them to do a brief introduction. Tell us your name, where you're from, and how long you've been in the Philippines, basically. So, Dr. Carmen, can you start?
Ladies first, man.
Ladies first, okay.
Okay, I will only take that. So my name is Dr. Ishiyemi Fetayo. You can call me Doc Ife. From Ondo State, Nigeria. I've been in Philippines for 7 years now because I had my first degree here. And that's all about me. And then what else? Oh, I heard a podcast.
So my name is Shinedu Kanu. I'm from Anambra State, Nigeria. The question is, how long have you been here? I've been here for almost 8 years now. I came 2015. Yeah, that's it. I just finished medicine 2 years ago. That's it.
So, we have some questions here. So, I folded them already. So, I'm going to shake them and you pick at random and answer the questions. So, let's start from Doc Ife.
Why? Why am I the one
Okay,
starting now
Doc Carmen, let's
again?
start with you.
Ladies
Ladies
first.
first. Okay, I'll do the honors, okay? I forgot to add, the comment is my good friend as well.
Yes, they are very good friends. My
Not that
honored
though.
guest.
No, we are not.
You're not so good like
We
that
are
though.
not. No mind.
uh,
So, the first
what
question.
common assumption of med school is false?
What?
Sorry, I've been laughing a lot.
What common assumption?
What common assumption of medical school is false? Uh, oh, when I was in Nigeria, the older people, especially those that are in the health sector, used to tell me that, in med school, whatever you learn in your first year, when you get second year, you don't need to keep it, you just drop it and then you move forward. They're lie, oh. Because from your first year, second year, third year, when you get to your fourth year, that's for us here in Philippines, everything is like an accumulation of everything, right? And again, under assumption that they have is that everybody should tell me that in med school, whatever you learn in your first year, when you get second year, you don't need to keep it, you just drop it and then you move forward. They're lie, oh. Because from your first year, second year, third year, when you get to your fourth year, that's for us here in Philippines, everything is like an accumulation of everything, right? And again, under assumption that they have is that everybody in med school, they are geniuses. Another lie. Not all of us are like the best in, like, when we in primary school that used to carry first every time. Mm-mm. Med school is not about the most brilliant. Med school is about people that have determinations and have passion for what they're doing. That's it.
Yeah. Okay, Doc Carmen, your own take.
I think, according to what you said, I think the wrong assumption of medicine is people always think that you have to be the most like very smart, blah blah blah. And in high school, they always think the one that take the first position is supposed to do medicine or law, blah blah, all those things.
Yeah.
Doesn't work like that.
Mm.
For me, in my own experience, medicine is basically the same with other courses. Like you have to really study to pass. Same with every other thing. So I don't think it's just like if you have the passion in medicine, that's it. If you can sustain, if you can have the passion, you can do it. It's not that hard.
Thank you. Okay, so the next one.
No ladies first now. Over to you.
Yes, no ladies first.
Yeah. I don't know. I would say probably first year medicine. I was honor student. So
Hmm.
I get high point. I guess the same. I was like honor student, and they do all this awarding ceremony, blah blah blah. They gave us award, snap picture with others, the alumni, the motives. I don't, there's nothing really. Yeah, that's the highlights, basically.
Please, Doc, what's your highlight? What was your highlight?
Um, for me, I think it was actually also first year. Uh, Previously, I've been in school before, but for me, for first year in the Philippines, the fact that I was also a group.
Okay, so Doc, if what was your own high point in med school?
I think first year was also good for me. I was not top 10, but like we're counting the top average. We were there. Okay, so I think my high point was in fourth year when I began to apply what I have learned, especially for the physical diagnosis, your using the NGT, like all those things, like first attempt. That was my highlight in med school. Was like, oh, okay, I'm a doctor. First 3 years was just like, can I just finish? If had I known was what was more my question to myself, I would have done maybe like my friends now microbiology or something. I'm working and making money. So my high point was in fourth year when I got to apply these things with my patients.
I think I think also another thing that like interesting in medicine is that first year when you start learning physiology, I didn't understand. Okay, this is how this thing works. It was
True.
like fun, but I would just it's still the honor award.
I think he also asked about person asked about low point.
Yeah,
Ah, there was no point. Oh. If a
So
medical
is there
student
low
tell you
point?
that there is no low point, person
Oh,
is a liar. My low point was my second year. It was just so difficult for me because emotionally I wasn't there. I'm not talking about boyfriend though. Like I'm talking about like a lot of things happened with me personally, and I couldn't just cope at that time. I almost failed second year. I don't really listen to my podcast. I always say I almost failed second year, and that's like this brother year that I say with my friend was part of people that encouraged me and held my hand. So yeah, that was my low point. It was really bad.
I didn't get the low point. Okay, my low point in medicine, I wouldn't say I had any low point during med school. I think my low point is after the med school. But I think that would be a topic for another day. For now, let's just focus on the med school.
so this is from someone. I don't think I should call her name, but she said, during your journey up until now, was there, I think Dokifa already touched it, was there any point you felt lost? Were there times you felt lesser than yourself? Because I'm at a point where I know I have potentials, but I'm struggling to keep my grades up in med school. We have exams, I work so hard, and I end up a little above the passing mark. And I see my friends who have way above. And one thing is for sure, I work hard regardless. What do you advise I do? I'm thinking, is med school really for me?
You move on.
Can I?
Why? Um, you move on. And why I'm saying that is what keeps you in med school is not just your ability. I was telling someone that ability gets you into med school, but your capacity is what helps you through med school. I just told someone like 2 days ago. Your support system is very, very essential in med school. Who are those that are supporting your friends, your family? So at this, I understand this person because I've been there. And at the time, I almost gave up. I didn't want to do med school again. I was like, I should go and learn work. I just wanted to just put everything down and just, I can really connect with this person very well. But what you do is you move on. I don't know if you're a Christian or a Muslim, stick to your God. Have the correct support system. If you don't have a good support system, you will fall. You need someone to be there to encourage you when you don't have any strength anymore. It's okay to get exhausted in med school, but the problem is how do you move on? So how do you move on? Even if when you don't have what to push you through, look at the support system that you have. There's one sitting down here. I can't call it my support system, even though we used to fight. But I remember then he used to tell me that you have no excuse.
Yeah, I will, if you ask me the same way, I will say something.
You have your excuse. Yeah.
First, oh, sorry.
Yeah. No,
Let
no,
me
no, no, no,
finish.
no, no.
So, what I will say is number one, why did you do medicine at the first place? Number two, you know all the challenges in medicine. Why are you still here? So, if you are still here, at other thing, don't compare yourself with anybody else.
Yes.
You are saying your friends do this, don't compare yourself.
Mm,
Maybe you are the type that you have to read 10 hours to pass exam.
mm,
Your friend will just read 1 hour and go to club, still pass. Don't compare yourself with anybody. This is individual battle. Do you understand? So what I will say is you feel exhausted, you are still passing, so you are good.
mm.
What you do is try to either change your friends or add more friends to your group. People that will help you also,
Right.
the right people. Like in that your school, you have to also have good people. You have friends that are doing good, unless all your friends are not doing good. You have friends that are doing good, so you can also attach with them. They will help you. And get this thing, why do you do medicine in the first place?
Another thing I want to add is those friends that even are around you, they too are struggling. You could actually even be their strength and you don't even know. So the best thing you can do for yourself while you are soft, I used to tell them that if you cry, what will happen? If you cry, what will happen? Um, you just have to find that reading. She said something about, or he said something about that she keeps doing her best, and she feels like mental health is one very important thing you shouldn't joke with in medical school. If you're feeling exhausted, that's why I do, like you said, get the right people around you to encourage you. Don't dwell on it. The more you dwell on it, the more you look down on your capability. Your ability got you to where you are. That means you did your primary school, secondary school. Now your capacity, you keep building it. You can never fill that drum of capacity. So how? Who helps you to ensure to you for you to know yourself, people around you, and you yourself? You are the best motivation for yourself. Like you said, why did you do medicine in the first place? I know everybody has a reason why they did medicine, right? Even if you fall back at the reason why you did medicine in the first place, in the first you can even still regret, okay, why did you not choose the medicine? But what drives you is that you started it, you have to finish it. If you stop halfway, that's when you live a life of regret. So my own is keep moving. It will
And,
be worth it at the end of the day.
and I think you have to like get yourself a motivation because I always this is like I don't have to say it again anyways, but you have to have that motivation. In my own case, it's different. But my own case is that I don't have any choice. You cannot fail. It's not possible. Yeah. So you have to have that motivation. There must be something driving you. Try if we maybe you lost it, try to figure it out. Just calm down. There's thing they call meditation. Try to meditate. Think.
Self care,
Yeah,
self
think.
love.
You get it back.
Self care, self love. If you're exhausted, take a break from the books. Take yourself out. That's one thing I regretted doing, not doing in med school. Take yourself out. Have a spa day. I had friends that used to do that, and I envy them now that I didn't do it. I have friends that take themselves out, go on shop. They don't have money, but they'll go on window shopping spree. I had a friend that went to buy granite oil. I'll tell you that story. She's one of the best in our set. She went to get groundnut oil. She dressed, makeup, and I was like, you have a day? Say no. She wants to go and buy groundnut oil at SM. I'm like, And then you are looking like, say yes now to motivate myself, to make her feel like she's somebody outside the world of medicine. So self care, self love, you'll be good.
Thank you very much. So let's pick a question now.
It's my turn
Yes, your
again.
turn.
Rakada, please. Let it just be very more questions. What backs up your decision to choose a specialty, and what do you hope to specialize in? Okay, for me, I just graduated 2 years ago. Just finished my postgraduate internship just this last July. So I would say, in when I started medicine, I had something I wanted to do. I went to I wanted to go into internal medicine. No jokes about it. I still want to go into internal medicine. But along the way, I fell in love with gynae oncology, which my mom is not really accepting that because she believes oncologists have a sad life. So, so,
Just tell us what oncology is for those that don't
so
understand.
oncology are those that doctors that believe on those that have cancer. Okay, so I like gynae onco, and I felt like doing that. I would. the primary care part to encourage people out there, ladies, especially ladies. Most ladies don't know anything about feminine care and all that. It's really painful. So during this postgraduate internship, I tend to find more about what I love after going through all the majors. And I found out that I still love internal medicine, but I'm more of a family medicine person.
Person.
So let me just tell you that medicine is a journey, just like marriage, where it's lifetimes. Hmm? The more you go into it, the more you start loving different specialties in it. For me, what made me choose this specialty is because, as you can see, I'm a doctor. I like talking. I like talking to my patients. I like interacting with my patients because I feel like that's the first immune process. So that's my own decision for why I chose internal medicine. Okay, and um, and what you hope to specialize, I already said it's internal medicine or family medicine. I'll hand over to my brother.
Doug, before you answer, for more context, because that question was actually longer, the person said um, they said or she read somewhere that choosing a specialty is like it's wiser not to be about what you love. That is like, how do I put it? It's wiser to decide by the kind of lifestyle you want to live. But people don't understand that. They just base it on, oh, I like children, so pedia. Oh, I like this, so this. Meanwhile, if you want to be like a family man, or you want to be maybe a mom, a wife, an entrepreneur, there are some kind of specialties you should choose because of the lifestyle that
That's
comes with
true.
it.
That's true.
So that's
That's
where.
true. I have some female classmates that want to go like company.
Mm.
So it's also true. That's also true. What you love, and of course, in family medicine, more diverging. Don't let me expose myself, but I like public health as well. So don't let me expose myself too much. Let the coming answer,
Yeah,
please.
I think the person that asked the follow-up question,
Yeah.
yeah, I think the person is aware of the
Mm.
of the like community
Field,
we are
yeah.
in. Yeah, I think the person is aware. So I think choosing what's the like original question again? Can I?
What's the decision? Sorry,
What backs up your
yeah, what
decision
backs
to
up
choose a
your to
specialty?
choose a specialty?
Okay. In my opinion, I think if you want to choose a specialty, still go for what you like. That's what I would say. Then then you have to think about the business aspect and family aspect. But first of all, because if you choose a specialty, I believe that you do that probably half of your life, right? Imagine you chose something you don't like over so you can go home early. You'll be angry and you're at home. You understand? So I think you choose what you like, but also you have to weigh in the business part of it, right? Because you might choose a specialty that your area don't need that specialty. You are the consultant, but you are broke. So is I want to do this thing, then you have to check, okay, the area you are in. Okay, for me, I want, since even before medicine, I wanted to go into surgery. At this moment, after 6, 7 years, I still want to go into surgery. Nothing has changed my mind yet. The thing is now is I'm conflicted with the subspecialty. Before I wanted to do cardiothoracic. Now I want to go into vascular surgery. It's still surgery, surgery, surgery. But for me, I understand that if you want to be a surgeon, it will take away a lot of family time. I understand this. So I'm making control. It's not like, oh, surgery is one of prestigious, blah, blah, blah. No, no, I understand that anybody I have to marry, I have to understand. Yeah, yeah, you have to discuss these things.
True.
So you also have to understand that if you're a surgeon, imagine you're a very big consultant, they might call you at the middle of the night. You understand? But other things, I think the more you, for somebody asking the question, the more the person get there, they understand. It's not just, I think what you like is the number one. Let me say 70%, then you can now include other things. You have to check your area. Imagine you're in an area they have like, let's use Nigeria example. You're in East, assuming, I'm not saying it's like this. They have 100 internal medicine in the East, and you want to be another internal medicine there. Like specialized, let's say we have like subspecialty of gastrologist 50, and you're also in the East, gastrologist 50. No, now you can move
Other
elsewhere, maybe
subspecialty, yeah.
West, or so you
Even
have to
in the
also check.
same place, your subspecialty, you can go for the rare ones.
Yeah,
You have to just look for where you can stand out, even if
Yeah.
it's something that you know. There's competition also in the field, so there a lot of OB-GYNs.
yeah.
It's only in Philippines I know that there are more female OB-GYNs. In
Nigeria,
Nigeria,
a lot
it's
of
more of the guys, and
guys.
they are more into the IVF and the fertility stuff. So what do you want to do different as an OB-GYN? So it's just find what you love and then look for how you can ensure that you have a good life because
Yeah,
that's
I
very essential.
like one. I always use this man example. I will not mention the specialty. I will not mention the name, but we both know the person I'm talking about. There's one surgeon here in Cebu City. He is the kind of surgeon that there are only two of them in the whole of Cebu City. That man is a millionaire. I hope he doesn't see this. He's a millionaire. So he's still a surgeon, but he knows the area. Okay, I'll be here. I'm doing this. And the procedure is very easy procedure, something I can even do. I'm not yet a surgeon, but it's very easy that I can do it. And he's making millions. So that's everything you have to check. You have to check the area. You have to check whether, oh, can I leave this place if I will be doing this specialty? All these things. I think at this stage of life, you just want to get inside, get in, get in, get in. But as you go on in life, you have to also take the. I understand what the person is asking naturally. You have to also take the how your life will go because your decision now. If you make decision now, you have to carry it
Stick
for
by
It
it.
will
yeah
even change
almost
along the line. So I don't know what year the person is. Just keep through every year first. Just and then little by little you start getting momentum of what you
Okay. So I'll read the one from here. I'm in med school and I'm feeling sad, sort of, because prior to my entry, you know how parents usually say medicine is 6 years, and some will even say specialty is 1 year. Now I'm in med school, I'm almost done, and I'm hearing special
want. Sorry.
and I'm hearing that specialty is 4 to 5 years, some even six, and some more. After that, I'm also hearing something about fellowship, subspecialty. I didn't sign up for all this.
You were not informed.
Please, how many years does it really take to become a full
You
consultant?
never knew.
okay. To start like this question now, we are not yet consultants yet. Sorry,
Hmm.
but I think this is a lady asking this. She's thinking about her biological clock. Sorry for the confusion. It depends on the specialty and it depends on the country. UK have different system, Nigeria have different system, US have different system, even Philippines have different system. So I don't think I can answer this question. How long it takes?
Like generally, are you
Generally, after your med school, generally, if you are doing IM and the subspecialty after IM residency, probably 4, 5, 6 years. I don't know, but I think in US IM is 4 years
after med school?
after med school.
I think yes, I think 3 to 4
Yeah, I think here is 3 years, but you have to do
3 years.
sub because there is no general IM
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
You have to do subspecialty in this Philippines. So there's not somewhere that will say I'm IM consultant. No, you have to be like,
Doc, wait, can you break it down like after med school, specialty, subspecial, like that?
okay, after med school, you go into residency training, which
This
is
is
yes,
based on Philippines.
yeah, Philippines standard. Okay, let's just use Philippines. You in Philippines, I will also try to use Nigeria a little bit. After you finish your med school in Nigeria, they don't have board exam anymore. But us that graduated from Philippines, you have to write board exam, right? Then you do your housemanship in Nigeria. After the housemanship, you can decide to be a general practitioner. But if you want to specialize, then you go into training, residency. Then now use Philippines for example. Surgery is GS, which is general surgery, is 5 years. Then after the 5 years, which is after a med school, oh, let's be let's be clear. After the 5 years, then your specialty or fellowship, anywhere they call it, cardio is like I think 3, 4 years. vascular surgery is like 2 3 years, but in the Philippines there's a program. You don't need to do GS, you just do vascular surgery straight. That's what I'm saying. Depends on the country. Yeah. So let's just say if you want to be a surgeon after med school, you need like 8 more years. If you want, if you want to do like medicine, internal medicine, 5 to 6 years. OB-GYN probably same 5 to 6 years. I'm not sure. OB-GYN.
I think for GP in UK, I think it's 8 years, right? Or 2 or 3 years.
Can you specialize as a general practitioner?
No,
No,
I
not
think family
special
medicine.
in the UK after the exam
Okay,
and
after all the exam, you
everything.
have to
Yeah,
do foundation year, all those
yeah,
things. Yeah.
year two, and then you do your GP training. I think it's 3 years. I'm not sure. Just informations are available on Google.
Yeah,
So
I think this question now is what you have to search based on the country you want to be in.
yeah, every country has their like in Australia. I think for I don't know if it's emergency medicine or so or their GP. 18 months.
18 months.
Yeah, 18 months. Surprisingly, after you write their board exam. So it just depends. I know people are already asking, like, okay, one of us here. We're also deciding, like you are deciding
Yeah.
what next. Do we want to, of course, we want to serve our father's land, but at the same time, we want to acquire skill because medicine is all about skill too as well. So yeah, medicine is a long, it's a journey. I'm telling you, there are a lot of exams. You should know that. Board exam, fellowship exams, license exams. Because there's some countries you can't go to without writing the
Yeah,
license
license.
exam. So yeah, just prepare your mind for a long run.
Hmm. Thank you very much. So our next question.
Was medicine self-imposed or
Or parents
parents
imposed.
imposed?
I'm studying due to my parents' choice, my parents' will, and I lack the passion.
Oh, the person asked question is saying this.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I Let me be politically correct here. I've answered this before, but okay, is medicine
Was
self-imposed?
it self-imposed for you or parents imposed?
I will say that it's both, meaning that in my family I wasn't the smartest, and I would say the our first child, which is the smartest, we couldn't put her through medicine. She did biochemistry. So saying this thing, even if I want to do medicine, but seeing that the smartest in your family, they couldn't even go to medicine. So it's like it's not possible I will do medicine. Even if I want to do it, it's not possible. So I will say it's both ways because my parents now say, oh, you can go and do it. I wanted to do it before, but I was like, it's not possible, so I wasn't thinking about it. But they said, yeah, you can. Okay, why not? So I will say I think it's self-imposed. But in my mind, I probably don't have the opportunity before. But when the opportunity opens, I welcome it. So basically, that's it.
So what do you advise? Because she said or he said, I'm studying medicine due to my parents' will, and I lack the passion. Because you know now, like question you read before, right?
Yeah.
Some people just assume in Nigeria they just assume medicine is 6 years and you finish.
And now you're a
and
millionaire.
and yes, you're a millionaire. Or before when I was growing up, my like they used to tell me you when you do medicine 6 years, you now do your masters 1 year, you now become a consultant, that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
the journey is now different now
Yeah.
because see you saying like 6 years after med school again. So now the person is saying their parents have put them there and they don't have the passion. So what do you advise in that kind of?
I think we have to also check the way Nigeria, the person is Nigerian, right? Let's assume
Yeah.
the person is in Nigeria. The way Nigerian is, let me give a bit of advice. Unless the person have other businesses they want to do. But the way Nigeria is, medicine, pharmacy, mm, there's a lot in it. But let me use medicine pharmacy for example. They are kind of profession that when you are done, you are self-employed. Nobody, you don't need anybody to employ you. So I know the parents have a good way imposing them to do that anyways. But if you don't have the passion, what I advise you is after you are done with medicine, open a clinic, practice GP, just do the basic, just consultation, then do your passion. Because you already started. Unless if you are still in first year and you have other things you want to do, the world is now open. You can try to talk with your parents because last they're the one paying for your school fees. If you can support yourself, like I had this conversation with my brother the other day. It's like remember people will tell you what to do when they are supporting you. If you have the means, you can tell them, I appreciate what you are trying to tell me to do, but I want to do this. I can support myself. Do you understand? Because it's your parents is the one paying your tuition fee, your school fees, and you don't want to do medicine at all, at all, at all. Try to talk with them because I think at the long run you will it will be like a waste of time. So I think try to talk with them. But if it didn't work, just finish the medicine, open a clinic because if you, after when you have the license, I don't think even if you're not a millionaire, you can never be hungry. Open a clinic, do normal consultation, follow your passion. Just open a clinic like afternoon to evening. Leave it, go and do it the other things you want to do. At least the clinic will put food on your table. Yeah, that's it.
Doc, do you have any input on that?
The Bible says that obey thy father and thy mother for your good. Yes, I added it. I'll say a little story here for my mom. My mom is a nurse. So my mom told me a story one time that when she, after high school now, she wanted to be a teacher because her dad was a teacher and her mom, and they were really, you know, recognized in the community. So she also wanted to do teaching because she only taught for a few times. She and mom already got everything she needed for teaching school, and my grandfather was upstairs at the balcony of the house and watched them as they were going. After she had announced him, I'm going to teaching school on the day she was going to resume, and he was like, "Hello, young lady, where are you going to?" She said, "I'm going to teaching school. I told you that. Will you get back inside? They are resuming in nursing school next week." Said she cried her eyes out. She didn't want to talk to her dad and everything. My mom is one of the not bragging mommy, but we have to bragging right. She's one of the recognized nursing leaders that we have in youth at the moment. Shout out to you, mom. I won't give her name. Wow. But today she appreciates her father for that foresight. Yes, sometimes these people don't know how much, not these people, sorry, mommy and daddy. They don't know how much that the profession takes.
Yeah.
But they know what they want is the best
Just
for
the
you.
best, right?
There's a celebrity I want to also mention. I don't know if you know Doxy. Doxy is not called Doxy because say he won't be a doctor. He actually is a doctor, a dental doctor, and he was I heard was one of the best in his class during his time. But that was his father wanted to be have the doctor thing. And when he was going, I was like, okay, Papa, I don't finish. Now I go to my music. Now, as Doxid is there, he just needs to do like maybe 6 months or 1 year of training again, and he can go back into the. Sometimes, yes, they push too hard, they add a lot of pressure, but sometimes take time to see what they are saying. And if you can do it, and you have that, like I said, ability and capability, do it. You don't have to love it. Not everybody likes medicine, oh, but they just did it, right? Another thing, I have someone who is very close to me, and she's going to be watching this. We say it every day. We laugh about it every day. That when you remember how much effort, how much love, how much care your parents give you to do this medicine, you don't have any excuse than to just. You don't have to love it, but to be your best at it. You just want to do it. I know it's a struggle, and because it's not your first love, but do you know that with medicine, you can always do anything that you love to do. You can always have your side hustle. You can always do medicine can allow you to be versatile. Do you understand? So for me, those are few pressures from their parents. Like me, oh, I went to become a pharmacist. I should not lie to you. But my mom did not pressure me. Because people feel my mom pressured me to do medicine. No. I always follow my mom to loops. So I think she used that style. So I always walk around loops a lot. And I actually experienced a scenario that made me be like, ah, why do I want to be a pharmacist when I can do this? That is how I fell in love with medicine. So it didn't become a dream for me. It became what I want to be, a reality for me. So I understand that you're pressured, but sometimes happy parents, happy life. That's what I can say. Happy parents, happy life. That's one thing you should know.
Yeah. And this one is similar, so I'll just add it. This one said that this person said that I feel like my parents want to live their dreams through me because they are coercing me to study medicine. I just finished taking my wife. So let me say something. I think Doc, you already said it that like parents kind of have a foresight, like they kind of want what is best for you at the end of the day. So the mentality that most parents have is that medicine is, you can never be poor in medicine, you can never. So sometimes when parents like coerce you to study medicine, when they even give birth to a child, they already say this one is my doctor or that kind of a thing. It's just because like they feel medicine is the best and they just want the best for you. But if your parents are coercing you to study medicine, because from the conversations we've heard now, it's actually longer than what people think it is. And
Yorùbá say nǹkan tí àgbà rí tó bá jókòó, I will interpret it. Ọmọdé ò lè rí tó bá gun òkè. Meaning what the elder see while sitting down. Even like make the child climb palm tree, you no go see am. The truth of the matter is, it's not as if they are trying to live a dream through you. They are trying to secure your future. And that's why those parents prefer professional courses like lawyers. It's when you've done this and in the long run you see that you can actually fall back on these things. That is when you value it and you value these parents. You understand? Sometimes I get it. Sometimes some parents are pushy. They want to be called mama doctor, baba doctor. Let they be called baba doctor, mama doctor. Just ensure that what you love, you can do that. There are a lot of doctors that are chefs. There are a lot of doctors that are like we have a surgeon here that likes taking pictures. He's very good with it. He's very known for it. You doing medicine doesn't stop you from doing what you love. You just have to find a balance. Do you understand? So when your parents are pushing you, if instead of like the Gen Z, me, I'm not Gen Z, but the Gen Z is like pa pa pa. They want to get fast, fast, make money. But that's not everything in life. You understand? I know it's a journey that is very difficult, but it's doable. Okay? So yeah.
thank you.
What was the follow-up question?
Follow-up question. The one I just asked. That okay, the person said that his or her parents are coercing him or her to
So,
study medicine.
so they can live the dream.
Maybe the
So,
parents wanted to
That's
be
our
doctors, I
that's
don't
their
know.
thought.
Yeah, so they want, but she or the guy doesn't want to study medicine.
okay, I think I don't know. It's difficult to answer. I don't know how why is he or she even thinking that way. I think maybe some people are saying this day that parents are still go back to medicine, lawyer, engineer is old school now. You have other things. If you have other things that you can do that can actually secure your future, educate your parents. Don't just be saying they are forcing you, they are forcing you. If you have other things you want to do that you know the way, because I think parents does this because they understand the economy more than you. They understand the way the world works. So they what they are doing is to put you like in a situation that even if you fail, you will not be hungry. Even if you become doctor, but you couldn't go through the training to become consultant. If you're a GP, you can still do consultation. Consultation is not free. You can just sit there and talk to somebody. Can you imagine this kind of position now? Talk to somebody, they'll pay you just to talk. So you can never be hungry. So their parents is trying to make sure that even if that your dream fail, you can still have something else to do. So that's it actually. But you should have conversation with your parents. So don't be accusing
Even if
them.
you have something else that you want to do, be confident and be sure that it's going to work out. And he's the mother that is always saying, "My footballer." But he did what was good. He has that is a bachelor's degree, and then he still has what he loves to do as well. So sometimes instead of fighting based on the society, find out, talk with your parents. I know that some parents are difficult, That's one
Yeah.
lie. Then you come to prayer.
Okay. So, we'll soon be done.
So,
No, I want to read from here. It's a
Okay.
different one. So this person says, I'm currently studying anatomy, and to be very fair, it's a lot in school. But I realized that there is no recognition as much here in Nigeria. I want to study medicine, but as you also know, it is a struggle also to get medicine here. And I know I have the potentials. What do I do? Come to the Philippines. Come on.
Yeah, welcome to the Philippines. It's actually good to study medicine in the Philippines if you are very dedicated and focused, because you
Yeah.
can easily lose focus when you're far from home. Yeah, anatomy, right?
Yeah, anatomy as a course.
Fortunately, I think you should answer that one.
Sorry. Sorry. So I'll also say that because in Nigeria, right, it's harder to get medicine actually. It's like a do or die affair. It's like writing jam, you must reach 350 or
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
just ridiculous stuffs. But what I can say from what I know, right, here in the Philippines is very seamless to get admitted into medicine. But where the hustle starts is to
getting
maintain
into
your grades
levels. Yeah,
because it's a lot. Like
you
right,
didn't talk about post any. You should have that.
or maybe it's a private school.
Yeah, private school, but you still do entrance
Yeah,
exam to
screening and
enter the
stuff like that.
screening,
But here, I think you just submit some documents and there
and
and
you have
there,
in maths.
and yeah, and you can proceed. So it's so you can make your findings. It must not be Nigeria because Nigeria is hard everywhere, every sector. So you can make your findings. You can, of
Other
course, you can come to the
countries.
Philippines. But medicine is still hard regardless, right? It's just how to navigate your ways through your grades and
Can I put in like just read the medicine? Not medicine is so hard. If they say come to Philippines, doesn't mean that is going to be easy for you to move all through the levels. My
just
dear,
to get
if you don't
admitted.
know
Oh,
what you are doing, the medicine will medicine you. You start taking Panadol. So let me just tell you, yes, you can come to the Philippines for those that have intention, but make sure that you have a focused mind because you can be distracted. Because here there is life, there's a social life, and there's school. And school can look so like it's easy until when the first exams hit you hard. Okay, so for me, what's question again? I've missed
I
it.
don't even remember. Okay, like person is studying anatomy and person wants to.
Yeah. If you're studying anatomy and you want to still do medicine and you still have the desire, that's what I was talking about ability. You know that you have the ability to do the medicine. If you want to come to Philippines, yes, you can come. Is it tuition affordable with the current exchange rate? Yes, it's still affordable because there's tuition. What do you call that? The payments, but it's
Oh,
not small
okay.
money. Oh, but there's a payment plan that can help you to right. And if you finish your anatomy, you'll be surprised how much that could help you also in med school as
Mm.
well. But know that if you want to do medicine, look at all the options. If you're going to do it in Nigeria, if you're going to do it outside the country, how much effort you're going to put in. You have to think of all those things and don't just say, I want to go and study medicine and there is no plan. Anyway, man plan, God, how do you put that thing? The God is it predisposed to?
Man,
Yeah. Now God, if God say, okay, this one I go support you, nobody go delay you. You understand? But if this is your passion, I want to do, make sure that you are building capacity as you're doing your anatomy, and then you are letting your parents understand what you want to do in the future. The parents will always support you if they can. That's it.
you want to include something?
I I think the most important thing is since the person already said they have the passion. I think the most important thing is the money aspect. Just check if because I don't know if medicine is easy to get in Nigerian private school. I don't know. But if it's easy, you have to also check the years and the cost of living. You have to weigh
Yeah.
it. If it's okay for you, you can come to the Philippines. It's okay. But you
And the
have to also
grading
check.
system.
You have to check the money also.
Grading
I think
system is different.
I think the person already clarified that he or she has the passion. So we are not talking about passion
Mm.
now. Means the person can handle the pressure and everything.
Mm.
So the problem
What's
now
the
is
what's the grading system? What's the passing grade here?
In Nigeria, I think with 50%
Yeah,
you
50.
can move on. In Philippines, 50%. I'm sorry, maybe the comment should be want to say
no,
that.
no. I think in our school now, the school we graduated from, I think the person now is 75%.
which is A in Nigeria, but in Philippines it is C.
So, but let's put a context to it. In Nigeria, I believe it's more of theory, and I think it's a bit more of comprehension, blah blah blah. In here, the grade comprises of also discussion SGD, which is like case discussion, laboratories, and other things. So, and the exam here is mostly multiple choice. It's more of understanding and
Just like
checking
the
A, B,
US,
C, D. Yeah.
the US
Standard.
standard.
So there's a contest to it. In Nigeria, it's more of theory. You have to write, and if your handwriting is bad, you might get wrong. So maybe that's why it's lower.
Mm.
Nigerian doctors are very smart. So
Yeah, because it's also not easy in Nigeria.
yeah, let's not say because
Yeah,
of
I'm not saying that
75%.
it's not. Hey, don't get me wrong, go. I have cousins that finish from, and I know say it's no easy. You
Yeah.
understand? I'm not trying to say that most people have that perspective that when they travel out,
It's
things are more
easier.
easier. It is not. And let me tell you, the Nigerians that I've known, both in Philippines or anywhere they go to, we are always the best in our class. We are always topping. That one I'm very proud of, and that's because we could handle the pressure right from secondary school. This would never say sometimes they wonder how do you guys do. Oh, you've forgotten we had to allow you to do research on
Mhm.
why international students were doing better than. Yeah, we are so good. I just want you to have that mindset that even when you're outside the country, you have to also put that effort you had when you're in Nigeria. Why is nobody asking us like the phone question? These questions
I
are getting
don't
so
know.
deep. These questions are getting
Let's
so
see if
deep.
this one will be fun. Let me see. Ah, what
What is the question?
what do you think is the most challenging part of being in med school?
Which one is med school?
Ah,
Okay, let me start. There's no challenging part in med school. As long as you want to study medicine, you have to zero your mind.
mm,
It's hard,
mm.
and anything that is hard,
I thought you say it's not hard.
put down now. Let me land. If it's hard for you, what I mean by being hard is that nobody can wake up and go and write exam and get 100. You have to read. Everybody have to read. So as long as you have that, what do you call it, discipline to study, know when to study and when not to study, that's it. There is no, it's not challenging. Challenging, med school is not challenging. It's after med school. That's where the problem is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can survive med school. I told you capacity. You think it's able to navigate. Yes, capacity. Time management. Multitasking. Study pattern. Find your reading. No
What's the
reading.
question?
No reading. You will
Yeah.
miss. You will get exhausted. You will miss it. That's where you are building your capacity. You know what you should know how long you can read.
What's
For
this
someone
question?
like me, every 1 hour, I have to either use. You know that they say they are using music to.
Oh
Guess
yeah.
what?
I'm part of those people.
I cannot do that.
But you see, when I got to third year, I put music aside. I knew that music was not helping me. You understand? Every time it changes. So, will I say it's not challenging? Even though Doc says that it's challenging, meaning that every level you have to challenge yourself to do more. If you think that the energy you used to enter first year is what you need in second year, my dear, no, you have to you increase your efficiency as
Yeah.
you're stepping up. Because when you get to fourth year and you're talking to your patients and you're talking with confidence and you know what you're doing, then you understand that now it's what they do before with that. That's
I think why I said it's not like it's not challenging. Before people will drag me. It's what I meant was if you want to do medicine, you are in med school, you are doing the medicine. What I meant is that any challenge that you face, you don't have any choice. Because if you
Yeah.
don't face it, you fail now.
yeah.
And nobody cares. Do you understand? So it's not like it's not challenging, it's that you have to skate through the
Yeah.
challenges.
Yes.
Before people drag me,
Yes, because
please.
I was telling my mom, I think last week that, for instance, today if they come up and say the passing grade for
This is it.
yes, if they say it's 80, like we'll do up, like we'll
Yeah,
just find
you
a
have
way
to. That's what I'm
and
saying. You
Yeah.
have
up
to
your
raise
game.
your
Yeah.
efficiency level.
Yes.
If you're reading for, I remember when my,
Yeah.
my friends are preparing for board exam. Shout out to you, doctor. Like he was like saying for this board exam, he has to increase his reading distance to like
Yeah.
16 hours a day. I was like, I will read for 16 hours a day. But when I looked at what the exam is preparing for,
Yeah.
he missed the 16 hours a day because if you spend 16 hours a day
cannot
watching
do that.
Netflix or doing crypto, and then you say you want to pass exam, you reach wetin you go remember. You actually need to increase your efficiency,
Yeah.
your capacity.
Like it's challenging, but you just put in
You
extra
can do
effort.
it.
Yes.
Coming to this word sef
What
to
I,
save all of us, Jesus Christ faced
what
challenges
I'm
and
saying
he
is my point is
over. That's
Nobody
very
cares
true.
if it's challenging for you. You have to pass. If you
Yeah.
don't pass, they will know you as a failure. Simple.
So, come in. Yes, people care that it's challenging, but they
Ah,
hope that you are able to beat
Yeah.
it.
Just
I'm
advise
sorry.
yourself at
I'm
every
sorry.
You just
point.
say
Continue.
you just say it based on the kind of person that he is. Because if you dwell more on that, oh, it's challenging, it's exhausting me, you
What will
just be
happen?
getting so weighed down. You have to move
You
on.
don't have choice now.
Yeah.
Like for me, I just tell myself that there's no going back. Like I can't
Mm.
live here now and go back home and say, God forbid something happens. Like
Person
so,
wey car, they drive car knock, they hit battery, no answer. They do choo 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 choo, you no answer. But you know say your leg fit reach where you dey go. Will you sit
yeah.
down in the car and be waiting for the car to start? You move on. That's
Mhm.
it.
So yeah. Okay.
They will drag me for this one. I,
Ah.
I don't give you content. They will drag me. But it's okay.
You see my comment section. How do you balance your work and social life?
Hey, since morning. Why you don't ask me this one since? They just asking me people. I'm like, hey, me, I'm not a me self. I'm finding my balance in this medical world. So yeah, okay, come here, should
No,
answer
no, you
first.
start with ladies
Why
first.
me? Why you do ladies first for this
Ladies
one?
first.
Okay.
Me, I don't have my social life is Netflix and chill. What's the way I go to the mall? Seriously, the thing is, I know of some of my mates that were in land, we were balling at the same time,
Mm.
but don't get these people. People that are balling, you don't know that their own reading kind of
Pattern is
pattern. They
different.
already found they found
Niche.
out the capability that they have. They know how
Yeah.
they can study, assimilate before they can. They don't use just one. Especially those are very brilliant. I've been in the library once with somebody. I was reading a particular chapter. I've not even finished the first page. He's an Indian guy, and he was done. He was done reading and he was explaining to me, and I was like, I'm still in this. He told me, I don't. You when you're reading, you should know what is important and what not. You don't need to be reading. There are some things in the textbook that are not needed to be read. Not that you should not read everything in the textbook, okay? But out like I mentioned earlier, you can have your social life because you need that your mental health. But make sure that you don't focus too much on having fun and forgetting your priority.
Because fun will come after, right?
Yes. Fun will come after. Don't worry. As a doctor self, you'll
Have,
be collecting
have
a
fun.
lot
Also,
of
you go make graduate.
prestige.
Also, you go
I was in the mall which day was that mall. I wanted to get some goods. I didn't even know it was one of the nurses that when I was in my PGI. I think
Oh.
you have forgotten her name. I won't mention her name here. So when we were buying this stuff, I didn't even know she was. When she turned, and she was like, "Dog." I was like, "Yeah." I felt so like I was like the way I was dressed, I was not looking like any
Doctor.
doctor. But because of that kind of that hype, the person that attended to me, they
Oh
quickly
yeah,
gave
yeah.
me chance, and I'm like, I'm going to enjoy being a doctor now because there's actually honor to it, and there's also actually the prestige that it brings with it. But at the same time, for now, focus on what is important. You go vacation. Like I used to tell my bro here, I say we eat in Paris and we'll go and sleep in Italy.
Maldives.
We are going to chop the life, but sacrifice now. But if you are someone that you cannot do without doing jaye, make sure you balance it appropriately. Especially with the say we, should I say we? They are their butters. Okay. You can always go on your trip, but make sure you remember your priority while you are here.
I always I think this is the advice I always give to people. The way to balance your social life with medicine or work, anything you call it is first of all understand your capability. She always say capability. Understand yourself. If you are somebody that have to read for 5 days to pass one exam, don't compare yourself to somebody that will just read one day and still pass the exam. Do you understand? So during our med school, you know this person, I'll not call his name. He always go to school, you study, he's the best. If you watch this thing, he knows I'm talking about him. He has the best photographic memory I've ever seen in my life. This guy will look at a book, he will tell you the page, the chapter, the line, if it's second line or third line, he'll tell you where it is in the book. So somebody like that, he will exam during our festival, we have exam like Mondays. You go to club on Friday. Saturday you come to the library with you and study. at night you go to club again. After exam you pass, you get like 80 or 90.
Yeah.
So if you are somebody that you have to read to 5 days to
Yeah.
pass, you don't compare yourself with that kind of
Yeah.
person. So I think you just have to understand.
They read
You have to understand the way. Yeah, yeah, you have to understand yourself. That's it.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Ah, what's the one habit you picked up in med school that is still stuck with you till now?
This one is it will be bad habit for this new age world.
Yeah, it
I
can.
sleep like only 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
I can never sleep more than it's not even possible. I can never sleep more than 4 hours in a day. I might sometimes maybe have like afternoon sleep once in a while, but normally, and there's this one is the worst habit. Even if I sleep late, like maybe 4 a.m., highest 7 I'm up. I don't know why. And yeah, that one.
It's like I'm programmed. Even
Yeah,
if my alarm is not on, I'm awake at 2, 6, no matter I always wake up in med school. I think another thing for me was, um, yeah, I know, yeah, we scroll through social media, but I like to read on new things.
me too.
Yeah, because in med school, when you win, they just give you one word or one disease that you don't know. You want to find out more
Yeah,
about. So I think I became more inquisitive. I think that's one habit I want to know why. Like, yeah.
yeah. Same. I kind of want to know. Like I want to understand why.
Mm.
You understand? So yeah. Yeah. But I know the bad. You said bad habit, right?
No, like it can be a bad habit.
Like
That's
sleeping late.
that's sleeping. So even if I'm not doing anything, I'm not sleep more than 4 hours. I don't know why. I want to
Okay.
sleep. Sometimes I want to sleep.
Working under pressure. I think pressure.
Ah,
Man, my fellow graduate from Philippines. We
that's
know ourselves now. Rush
that's
hour reading,
ah
rush hour dressing. I think I like doing things when it's like coming for your interview. I waited to the last minute before. So I think that's another. I don't know. Is that a bad habit? Is it a bad?
yes, it's better.
You
And
that came 1 hour late.
why they supposed to be like this? I didn't come 1 hour late. Oh my
Okay,
god.
we're almost done. This person said, I was told medicine across Asia is effective, like China and in the Philippines. What's your honest take on medicine in the Philippines?
Okay. My opinion. I didn't do medicine in Nigeria, so I cannot assess Nigerian medical system.
Yeah.
So according to what I heard about like European countries, right? I heard I have not been there. That their med school like they had the practice like all the practical work they use mannequin, not real patients, blah blah blah. I heard I have not been there, so I don't know. So I stand corrected. I don't know. But in Philippines, it's more of combination of Nigerian system and a little bit of European system, in which that you have that you kind of get like the some of the mechanical part of it. Then you also have patient. You have a lot of patient to practice on. To let me not say practice on. You have a lot of patient to learn. It's not like somebody posing as a patient. No, like real patients that are very sick that you really have to assess them and give your own honest assessment. So what the person said, I think I'm in the Philippines. I've not been to China, so I don't know. But the Philippines, yeah, the medical system for I think is good because apart from Nigerians are doing good all over the world, if you also check, Philippines doctors are doing good in US, UK. They are very good. So yeah, I think the system is very good.
I agree with everything. I know how the Nigerian sector is. Basically, I think that's what made me cope with Philippines because it's kind of the same. You understand the just that we don't do theory, but
Yeah.
the OSCE, the one that you have to really like, the what do you call that thing again? I used to do timers again. What's in it? The
So
whole system, it's easy for us to
moving
adapt.
exam.
Yeah, it's easy for us to adapt to the Nigerian system because yeah, training is serious. Healthcare. either medicine, nursing, med tech. They take it very serious. And even before I came here, I really researched on it. That's one thing. You want to go to any school, research. Don't just based on what your agent is saying. Okay? I cannot assist you with that, but but research about Philippines. I research about Philippines. See, Philippines, aside from the US and the rest, is like number five or so when it comes to healthcare training. Most nurses that finish from Philippines,
Very good.
they are very good because from their first year you're already in clinics. It's not like there's language barrier, but it's not so
Yeah.
bad that you cannot communicate with your patients. You attend surgeries, you assist, you deliver babies, you do everything here. So yeah, if you want to come to the Philippines, I encourage you to come. They have very good training here.
So the last question, the person said, for the both of you, after now, what next?
Okay, for me, next is going to training, residency training. So that's it. So I always say this: for me, in Nigeria and being outside of Nigeria, studying medicine outside of Nigeria, I think for me the hardest part of this journey is after medicine. That's why I always say, I think because of the stage I'm in now, if I look back at the med school, the 4 years med school, I don't think it's that tough. Don't drag me. I'm sorry if you are finding it very difficult. I'm just saying that me being outside of Nigeria, trying to go through the system, right? You have to write board exam, do this, do this, do this. You want to go to Europe, you have to learn language. America, you have to do how many exams? You have to do internship, do matching, and all this blah, all those a lot of things. In UK, you have to do a lot of things. So what I'm just saying is that if in Nigeria and outside of Philippines, I think for me this stage is very hard for me right now. But basically, I still want to go into surgery, so it's going into training. That's my next move.
I'll answer first based on what my mommy would like to hear. Get married. But as a medical person, yeah, just like you said, training, and it's actually this is where the decision is setting momentum for you in this field. What training do you want to go into? Where do you want to be trained? What are you expecting during this training? What are the exams you need to write? How are you going to prepare? Even the money aspect, because those exams will be small. $9 a day pay or in pounds, Abby. So yeah, now you have to think of so many things, and you have to start from somewhere. So yeah, I think that's it for me now.
Another thing is, if your family is really in support of medicine, try if let me say like maybe you are studying outside of Nigeria, try to plan early. I know at that stage you don't have all the information, but try if you can get someone that already. I think the easier way would be for me. I think the easier way would have been if I had someone that's already in Philippines that specializes in surgery. After from Philippines, it would be easier. But I don't even know. Everybody I know that's already in Philippines, maybe they're in Nigeria. They're just doing GP. I don't even know. I don't know. Really, I don't know. So I think the easier way would be if you want to do medicine, uh, have someone like if
Yeah,
you're outside Nigeria, have someone that have done it and is
follow
in
the
and is residency already, not just because for me now I'm just basically just a medical graduate. That's it, nothing else. Yeah. So I think you just try to do your research early also, so you don't waste time. So if your parents have the money, you don't have to worry about this message I gave. So it's like if there is money already, what you just need to do is if you don't want to be in Nigeria, you just have to know where you want to go because it's more of time and money. So imagine your parents don't have the money, you wasted time and say you don't have money. So but if you want to go to US and you started plan like when you're staying in second year, you can write the first USMLE and it will be lesser for them than after you are done, they bring the money once. That's the main problem as well. Bringing the money. Imagine telling your parents, I need like $5,000 to register, write exam, do this one, do this one, do this one. But imagine you started with like, give me 1,000, 2,000. Like it will be easier for them.
But this exam, sorry,
Yeah.
like it's not a must.
Which
right?
one?
Like the way we're saying USMLE, like it's not a must in the medical field. Like you can actually
Mm.
decide to still
Depends on
practice.
where you want to
Yeah.
go.
So
Okay, the other thing I'm saying is, like, assuming for myself, I studied outside of Nigeria. If you are doing medicine in Nigeria and you don't plan to go out of Nigeria, it's okay. Research about the system. You're already in the system, so you basically know what to do. What I'm saying that if you want to go outside of Nigeria, or you studied your medicine like in Asia, like me, you want to go to Europe, to the Western world, America, Australia, blah blah, all those kind of countries, you have to on time know this information.
So if you are an IMG, that's international medical graduate, once you're done, if you are not writing the license exam of the country you graduated from, there are some countries that don't allow. But in Philippines now they allow Nigerians to write the PLE, the Philippines licensure exam. So if you want to take that, it's taking twice in a year. So once you're done, either you take the license exam or you go back to Nigeria and do the FDCN exam, and then you do your AS job for 1 year. You can try to serve your country, Nigeria, for 1 more year. Then, if you are interested in taking other license exam like the USMLE, we have PLAB, we have AMC. AMC is the Australian Medical Council exam. We have two steps, one and two. Then we also have the Canadian exam. I've forgotten what they call it again, but we have the Canadian exam as well. So you in Philippines, you can actually write the USMLE one, and I think I'm two. Then you can also write AMC one. That's the Australian Medical Council exam. I just found out about that. So you can take your USMLE one after your second year because it's based on first and second year. Then your USMLE two is more of clinical. So it's good when you are done with your fourth year, you prepare for it. It's also good to write the PLE exam here because it also boosts or helps you to prepare for the USMLE too as well. Then you can also take AMC, PLAB exam, which is the UK exam, which they'll be changing the name very soon. So there's two step, one and two. Two is the clinical one. One is the normal MCQ questions. I've forgotten how many again. I think USMLE is about $1,000 plus, and then the PLAB is about what's it? Research on it. Then, but before you take any of this exam, you need to do an English exam. So we have OET and we have IELTS. Okay, so you can take in Philippines. OET is expensive, and I think also in Nigeria as well. IELTS is actually cheaper, but it can be hard. To be like, it's not the English I was having A1 in WAEC. It's different, though. Yeah, so you need to do your English exam before you even open a GMC account because you need your English exams for it. Also for AMC. Now, lucky enough, for those that would like to go, Australia is also a good place to practice. Actually, you have to actually do your plabon, and if you don't want to do the because AMC is very hard. That's one thing about this exam. That's why you have to think very well. The one that your capability can carry. Your ability and capability can join together. So for AMC, if you've done PLAB 1 and PLAB 2, you can actually, they might not allow you to take the AMC after your result. They'll check everything, shall, but you have to do like they call it a training for like 6 or 1 year to understand the Australian system. But that does not mean I should not go do PLAB 1 and PLAB 2 and say you want to enter. I said that it's one IMG that said it. Research, research, research. There are a lot of exams you can write. I think also for New Zealand, if you do the PLAB and you have your AMC, you don't need to write exams there anymore. You just need to enter their system and then you register and then you keep. But there's always exams. Even as a GP, when you're done, you have to write the exam to satisfy you as one. So yeah, that's the one I know for now.
I think all these things you're saying about the exams, right? I think the bottom line is do your own research. In crypto, they always say DYOR, do your own research. Don't believe anything you say about this country. All of them have websites. It's all there. USMLE have their own website. UK have their own website. So you can check on YouTube. There's people that detailed all these processes, right? So if we are saying this thing for people, Nigerians, or maybe any other person watching us that it's not from US, UK, but you want to practice there, you have to redo your research. That's it. Then Nigeria, if you graduate from Nigeria and maybe you don't have the money, you can practice in Nigeria. It's okay. Yeah, you can do your residency training. I don't know anything about the residency program in Nigeria, so I can't say anything about it. I don't know. So, but that's it.
think those that graduated from Nigeria already have internal exams, right? The MBBS one, MBBS two, three. I think after second year you write this, so something like that. So just research, like you said. Like, what I'm saying is based on research. So, but you research for that. So that's all.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ife and Dr. Chinedu, for coming. And thank you guys for sticking with me this far. If you have come to this part of the video, thank you so much. Hopefully, I'm going to be putting out more videos. So you can tell me the kind of content you want to see. And also, you can also send questions when I put it up on my Instagram. So thank you guys so much. Please subscribe, like, and share.
Please subscribe.
Subscribe,
Hey,
please.
shout out to your
Okay, yes, Dokife has a podcast, so I'm going to be leaving her link on my description bar below, so you can check
Yeah.
and click. So it will
On
take you to
Spotify,
Spotify.
I
Yes,
just
she
chat
also
room,
has
guys.
a lot of interesting discussions. I feel chat room. So thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much for
Rolly.
coming. Thank
I
you so much
so
for
wish you the
watching.
best in your medical journey.
Thank you. Thank you guys. See you later. Bye.
uh,
Bye.